Welcome back to the exciting continuation of fractions. I hope that your first quiz went well, and we will continue on with lesson 6 now. If you will turn in your blue books to page 155, we will look at the application problem. It says Olivia is half the age of her brother Adam. Olivia's sister Ava is twice as old as Adam. Adam is 4 years old. How old is each sibling? Use tape diagrams to show your thinking. I would encourage you to pause the video right now and try to do this in your book on your own before you watch this. And also, a hint, I would do tape diagrams and do one tape for each child. Okay, so pause now and try it and then come back and watch. Okay, Olivia is half the age of her brother Adam. Okay, automatically when I hear that, I'm gonna write an O for Olivia and an A for Adam. And if she is half the age of him, I would give her 1 box and I would give him 2 boxes. Okay, then it says Olivia's sister Ava, no, I used an A, how about I'll just put Ava, is twice as old as Adam. Well, if I look at Adam here, if Ava is twice as old, she gets twice as many boxes. So if he has 2, she would get 4 boxes. Okay, now it tells us Adam is 4 years old. Okay, so if Adam is 4, what goes in each box? Well, obviously 2. So if 2 goes in those boxes, 2 goes in all the boxes. So then if it says how old is each sibling, we can see that Olivia is 2 and Ava is 2, 4, 6, 8. Ava is 8. All right, and that's all there is to it, to the application problem. Notice if you do tape diagrams and those bean problems Miss Ballard always has you do, this was a pretty easy problem. Okay, turn the page to page 157, and we will be in the problem set today. And notice automatically you might think, oh, good pictures. Sometimes that makes us feel a little better. Okay. So if we take a look at what they're having us do here, we're looking at fractions of a set or a group. Okay, so if I look at this first picture, I can see I have a group of 9 triangles, and they've split the group into 3 sections. Okay, and then notice it's asking, what is a third of 9? 2/3 of 9, 3/3 of 9. Notice the of 9, this is the total of the total. There are 9 triangles. Okay, so if I want a third of the whole set, a third would just be 1 group. 1 group would be 3 triangles. If I want 2/3, that would be 2 groups of 3. Or 2 of the 3 groups, which would be 6. 3/3 would be all of the triangles, so that would be 9. Okay, so far so good, hopefully. If you look at part B, notice that there are, I see 3 sets of 5, 3 groups of 5. So there are 15 triangles here. Okay, well, notice 1/3 would be 1 of the groups. Okay, so that would be just that first group. How many are there? 5. So 1/3 of 15 is 5. 2/3 would be 2 of the groups. So that would be 5, 10. 3/3 would be all of the triangles. So that would be 15. All right. Now look at C. Now see, the picture looks a little different. Now they're kind of making it look more like a tape diagram. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. So notice they're asking us about fifths, 1/5. So that's one of the groups. 4/5 would be 4 of the groups. Okay, now how much is in each group? There's 4 in each group. 5 groups of 4 is 20 triangles. So notice the total's 20. Okay, so 1/5 would be one of the groups, which would be 4. 4/5 means I'm looking at 4 out of the 5 groups, 4 out of 5 groups. Well, that's 4 groups there, and I see 4 groups of 4, so that would be 16 triangles. Now this says, how many fifths of 20 is 20? Well, that would mean all of them, right? So that would be 5/5. All right, now we have one more on this page. We have 8 groups here, so these are eighths, and there's 24 total. Okay, you can also kind of switch your thinking. Also, you might be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you want to think more like we would draw it as a tape, there's 24 total triangles. There's 8 groups. 24 divided by 8 is 3, right? So this is what it would look like with numbers instead of triangles. Okay, so when you're asked for 1/8, and you do this with bean problems all the time, 1/8 of 24, 1/8 would be one of the boxes, right? So that would be 3 triangles. 3/8 would be 3 of the boxes. So that's 3, 6, 9. 4/8, and if you'd rather use this, that's fine. 4/8 would be half of them, right? So 4 groups of 3, that would be 12. 6 out of 8, so that's what you're looking at. Or up here, it would be that much. 6 groups of 3 would be 18. 7/8 would be 7 out of the 8 groups. 7 groups of 3 is 21. Okay, hopefully this is making sense. Thanks to Miss Ballard and all those bean problems. Okay, find 4/7 of 14. So now they're making you draw the pictures. Find 4/7 of 14. Draw a set and shade to show your thinking. Now you can use shapes like triangles or circles. You can also do a tape diagram with numbers. Either way is fine. Notice the number after the of 14. That's my total. Okay, so if I'm drawing a tape, I know my total is 14. Remember, the bottom number in the fraction tells me how many groups I have or how many boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 boxes, and I'm supposed to find 4 of them. I'm just going to lightly shade because it asks us to shade. Okay, well, if I have a total of 14 and I have 7 boxes, 14 divided by 7 is 2. That means a 2 goes in every box. So if I'm looking for 4 boxes that I shaded, 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 was my answer. Okay. How does knowing 1/8 of 24 help you to find 3/8 of 24? Draw a picture to explain your thinking. Okay. So again, we're going to draw ourselves a tape. 24 is my total. How many boxes am I talking about? Well, it's eighths, so it's 8 boxes. So I'm going to divide that in half, and in half again, and then in half again. So I have 8 equal boxes. Now it says, how does knowing 1/8 help me to find 3/8? Well, 1/8 of 24 is asking what goes in one box. Okay, well, 24 divided by 8 is 3. So that means 3 goes in every box. So if I know 1/8 of 24 means 24 divided by 8, which is 3, then I can find 3/8 of 24 by multiplying 3 groups of 3, right? If I want 3/8, that means I'm looking at 3 boxes, and 3 times 3 is 9. So I know the answer would be 9. So if I know 1/8, I know one of the boxes, I can easily find 3 of the boxes by just doing 3 times 3. 3 groups of 3. Okay, let's look at number 4. There are 32 students in a class. Of the class, 3/8 of the students bring their own lunches. So how many students bring their lunches? Okay, so again, I'm going to draw myself a tape. I know we're talking about eighths again. So I make 8 boxes. How many total students am I talking about? 32 is my total. Okay, now what goes in every box? 32 divided into 8 boxes. 32 divided by 8 is 4. So I know 4s go in all the boxes. And it says 3/8 bring their own lunch. That's this many bring their own lunch. So how many is that? Well, 3 groups of 4 is 12. Okay, so 3/8 of 32 equals, notice we said 8 divides into 32 4 times. That's what goes in every box. 4 times 3 is 12. So 12 students bring their lunch. Okay, we've only got one more. This is a shorter video today, yay. Okay, Jack collected 18 $10 bills while selling tickets for a show. He gave 1/6 of the bills to the theater and kept the rest. How much money did he keep? Okay, well, let's not think so much of the value of the bills yet, but let's just think about how many paper bills he has. Okay, he has 18 bills, so that's my total. And notice my fraction is sixths, so I'm going to make 6 boxes. And I'm going to label my total as 18 bills. I'm just going to call it that right now. Okay, well, 6 goes into 18 3 times, right? So that means a 3 goes in every box. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Okay, it says he gave 1/6 of the bills to the theater. So that means 1 box goes to the theater, and he kept the rest of them. So it's asking, how much money did he keep? Okay, well, he kept this many bills, right? That's 5 groups of 3 or 15 bills. Okay, so he kept 15 bills. And remember, these were $10 bills. So 15 bills, and they were each $10, right? 15 times 10 is $150. He kept $150. Okay, that's all for today. A shorter video. Notice if you do tape diagrams, these problems are really not hard. Label your total. The denominator of the fraction tells you how many boxes to break it into. And do the total divided by the number of boxes. It tells you what goes in each box, and then you can answer the questions. All right, you can move on to the homework. Have a great afternoon.